I got engaged to a blind duke. Episode 112. I like the happy ending. Try reading only books like that from now on. Huh? Marin looked up at him with eyes that seemed to ask what nonsense this duke was spouting again. My taste has changed. Ah, taste. She had nothing to say about his taste changing. But what brings you here? A gift. The Duke held out a square red velvet box. I've already received many things. Was it okay to keep receiving things from the Duke? There you go again. What do you mean? You're saying that for me to give you something, there must always be conditions. It's not necessarily like that, but since you keep giving me things, Marin trailed off in confusion. She had refused because she wasn't used to gifts without compensation, but hearing his words, she felt sorry, wondering if she had ignored the Duke's goodwill. Let's do it this way. Consider it repaying a debt. What debt? Your maid got hurt, didn't she? Consider this repaying that debt. Then Yulia should receive this, not me. She got hurt trying to save me. I'll compensate that maid separately. This is a debt of the heart that I owe you. I understand. Marin received the box and opened it. Inside was a circular bracelet glowing with a light green hue. In the center, blue, red, and black jewels were adorably embedded in a row. It's a bracelet? Do you like it? It's pretty. That's a relief. Try putting it on. The bracelet was quite thick. When she put her hand through it, it was large enough to go up to her forearm. Should she call it an armband rather than a bracelet? This is quite big, isn't it? Marin looked down at the bracelet with troubled eyes. Try taking it off again. She obediently took the bracelet off again as the Duke said. Press that blue jewel. When she did as he said, the bracelet changed from a circular shape to a straight rod the size of her palm. Hold it forward and press it once more. When she pressed the blue jewel once more, the straight rod extended like a three-section staff. At the end, a sharp blade the size of a finger joint protruded. Wow! Marin's eyes sparkled as she swung the three-section sword around. It was definitely easier to use than a dagger. It'll be easier to carry around than a dagger. Usually wear it like a bracelet all the time. Fire? Did Zoromian make this? Yes. It's a collaboration with Shirin. The black jewel function was just thrown in, so when you meet Zero, ask him to change it to fire or water or whatever. So the Duke was also one of the people who had requested a sword from Shirin, not just the butler. Marin looked at the Duke with grateful eyes. Such a gift, she never would have thought of it. She liked it even more than when she received the jewelry. You seem to like it. Yes. So now do you love me? He asked while slightly tilting his head to the side as if observing her reaction. Huh? Good posture. No, no. Wait. That yes wasn't an answer, it was a surprised huh? Marin hurriedly corrected herself. Why are you surprised? The Duke crossed his arms in front of his chest and frowned as if he didn't understand. I heard most women like gifts. If I fell in love just because you gave me a gift following that logic, I should have fallen in love with Gerald long ago. Exactly. Why don't you love him yet? Marin tapped her chest in frustration. What kind of sweet potato conversation method was this? Who said women fall in love because of gifts? Oliver. Ah, she remembered Oliver struggling in front of Shirin. He should ask someone who knows what they're talking about. You chose the wrong person to ask for advice. Then you tell me. Tell you what? How to make you fall in love with me. Marin stared at the Duke with wide eyes. Do we need to go that far for the act? Yes. He answered firmly with a cold voice. Marin gazed at him with confused eyes. Was it perfectionism or something like that? Well, When Marin couldn't answer and hesitated for a long time, he uncrossed his arms and turned around. I'll give you time. The departing Duke's back somehow looked lonely. Marin headed to the reception room with diameter. Jo wore a fresh-colored dress today, making her look clear and pure. Her luscious black hair was let down in a half-up style tied with a ribbon the same color as her dress. When a servant opened the reception room door, Marin and Dia entered. Good day to you, Lady Schwentz, Lady Adriana. A brown-haired man and a red-haired man jumped up from their seats. Welcome, Lord Sanchez, Lord Johnson. The two men couldn't take their eyes off diameter. Dia stood demurely with her gaze slightly lowered. They've fallen for her, completely fallen. When Marin and Dia sat on the sofa, Elmies approached and poured tea for them. Soon conversation followed. Marin sat quietly as a chaperone, listening to their conversation and clicking her tongue inwardly. TSK TSK. How can they be so bad at appealing their charm? That's when it happened. Knock knock. After the knocking sound, Butler Kanalam entered and bowed his head slightly. What is it? Miss Dia has a visitor. A visitor when we already have guests? Marin asked with wide eyes. Dia hid her smile at the corner of her mouth as she brought the teacup to her lips. I must have come at the wrong time. The Crown Prince came out from behind the reception room door with a stern face. The two men sitting on the sofa quickly stood up and greeted him. Philip of Count Sanchez's family greets His Highness the Crown Prince. Yaris of Count Jonron's family greets His Highness the Crown Prince. Rise. Marin and Dia also stood up from their seats and greeted him. The Crown Prince looked at Dia with meaningful eyes. Dia didn't avoid his gaze and looked back at him. Are you busy? Yes. The Crown Prince's golden eyes turned toward the two men. They slightly bowed their heads with guilty expressions. I understand. I apologize for the intrusion. Yes. Dia lowered her gaze and answered obediently. You two lords have a good time as well. Yes. Thank you, Your Highness. The two men bowed simultaneously. I'll escort His Highness the Crown Prince out and return. Marin gave Dia a meaningful look and turned around. She looked at Elmies, meaning to keep a good watch on the two men, and she nodded slightly. Once outside, unlike his composed appearance from before, the Crown Prince's shoulders were drooping. Your Highness. Ah, lady. This time I didn't come without an appointment. Yes, Dia must have deliberately called them at this time to make the Crown Prince anxious. Seeing the Crown Prince's dejected appearance made her feel a bit sorry. Your Highness, I apologize. I'll try to arrange proper time next time. Lady. The Crown Prince called her carefully. Yes. Do you happen to know what Lady Adriana thinks of me? She could see his golden eyes trembling anxiously. Marin knew Dia's goal, but she didn't know her heart exactly. Well. But Dia doesn't dislike His Highness the Crown Prince. That much is certain. Thank you. That's an encouraging answer. He smiled faintly. What do you think of Dia, Your Highness? I want to propose to the lady. His golden eyes shone intensely. But that was the moment. Your Highness always takes the difficult path. Duke. The Crown Prince looked at the Duke coming down to the first-floor lobby with a pleased face. The Duke greeted him with an expressionless face. I greet His Highness the Crown Prince. I thought I'd leave without seeing the Duke, but this is quite fortunate. Haha. Please continue on your way. Duke, am I taking a difficult path? The Crown Prince, pretending not to hear the Duke's dismissal, threw a question at the Duke. Yes. Easy paths are boring though. The Crown Prince grinned. It depends on what kind of path it is. Marin, who was listening to their zen-like exchange, shook her head. So the Duke's words meant don't think about marrying my niece. The Crown Prince meant I won't give up. The Duke's words meant, do you think I'll just stand by and watch? I should head back now. Please deliver this to Lady Adriana. Yes. When the Crown Prince held out a letter, Marin quickly took it. After he left, the Duke stood crookedly and gestured with his chin. What did the Crown Prince give you? A letter. Are you going to deliver that to Dia? Yes. Why? I've felt this for a long time, but why do you dislike His Highness the Crown Prince so much, Gerald? I don't dislike him, he's just annoying. That's the same thing. The Duke's jaw twitched. I've felt this for a long time, but why are you so kind to the Crown Prince? He's His Highness the Crown Prince. So? I'm weak to power. So that's why you were so kind to the third Prince of Sanders' Empire too? Wait, why is the conversation jumping to that topic?